Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Froe Show. My name is Frank Menken and I'm joined, as always, by my beautiful co-host, Joe Murray. I couldn't help myself, I'm sorry. And we are joined by the wonderful and incredible guest for the second time because we're re-recording the intro. It's Personal Strangers.
What's up?
What's up,
What's up,
boys?
guys? How are we doing?
We've already done this, but let's do it again. Welcome to the show. It's good to have you guys.
Good to be here.
I just want to point out really quickly that we had an audio issue. There are 3 audio engineers here, and I'm the one that noticed it.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say. I'm not pointing fingers.
No, you're definitely pointing fingers.
I'm not blaming anyone in this room.
He's not gesturing to anyone.
I'm not. I would never
never
specifically put anyone under the bus. Anyway, welcome, Personal Strangers. Do you want to introduce yourselves and a bit about what you guys do?
Well, I'm Declan. I do a lot of the mixing and mastering at Personal Strangers, and the main audio engineer. I started up the business last year and we've been working ever since. Got Blakey on board and that's been it since then.
Yeah, my name is Blake. I like making fat beats and smoking weed. That's my thing.
Good start.
Allegedly.
That's it.
Yeah, sick. We were talking a little bit before about how Personal Strangers kind of came to be. Do you want to tell that story?
Yeah, well, it started probably 2 or 3 years ago. I was halfway through uni and I know I needed to do something afterwards. So I kind of came up with an idea, came up with a name and wanted to start a business, whether it was just mixing and mastering, which is what it was going to be. And then a couple offices opened up at where I work and I rented them out and now I built a recording studio, 2-year build. So it was a bit of a lengthy process. But yeah, now it's done and yeah, we just record artists all the time. Had people in today and yeah, we're just trying to keep busy as much as we can.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
I also want to point out really quickly that we got sick free merch from these
What's
boys.
up? You know, boys,
That's
get up, give us a
We'll
little
do
spin.
a spin.
Yeah. You're like on the back too. Hit us up.
it.
Personal Strangers. We have a website. We can
got
get
the
merch.
curtsy.
Let's
Gonna
go.
plug ourselves. Got to do it.
They're genuinely really good quality. They're real
Yeah,
comfy.
nice.
Glad you
I
like
like it a
them.
lot. Yeah, this is the first show that we've ever done where we've gotten free merch at the start. So
Well, just thought it'd be generous.
you boys have already won my heart. Is what I have to say.
If we didn't already, obviously.
No, it's good to have you guys here.
Yeah.
You guys are the second duo that we've had on the show.
Okay.
We had Matt and Mitch on the show a while ago, promoting their show. So it's always an interesting dynamic when there's
4.
4 of us.
Yeah.
It's like I
Yeah.
feel like when there's one other guest, Joe and I are laser focused on that person.
Yeah.
But now I get to kind of
Spread it out.
spread the interest
Yeah.
a bit, you know.
Spread the cheeks.
Yeah, spread the cheeks.
Sorry.
Don't be sorry. It's great. We love it. So Blake, you make fat beats.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. What does that look like? What kind of beats do you make? How did you get into that in the first place?
Ah, man. Well, I've just always loved music, man. I've always played instruments. My dad taught me to play, guitar and the shitty, $80 nylon string guitar when I was, 9 or 10. And, he gave me a heap of his old vintage, 1980s guitar books on, taught myself how to play guitar from there. And just kept learning and kept growing with working on my instrumentation. And then when I got to about grade 8, I would have been maybe 13 or 14. I first illegally downloaded FL Studio.
Yeah.
Hey.
Pirate Bay, what's up? And then I just started making beats in class with my friends who also loved Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole and all those people who inspired so much hip hop over the past 10, 20 years, Eminem, all of that stuff. And yeah, just slowly just kept getting better and better and better over the years. And now I'm just fortunate enough to get to a level where I'm working at a studio, mixing, making beats and mastering with old mate Deck here, pretty much.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
And so were you always kind of
Fix that. Hold on.
Deck, I should say. Have you always been kind of entrepreneurial in that sense that you wanted to start?
Do your own thing.
Start a business like that?
Not really. I mean, if I'm being honest, the week I graduated, I was gonna be doing business like
Right.
a bachelor in business.
Right, so you're going to go straight through to another.
Yeah, so I was
Right.
just going to do business. I mean, after school.
Oh,
sorry.
right, after high school. Yeah.
So I did a diploma in business in school, and I was just going to keep doing business. One of my best mates, all the brothers did it, and he said it was the most boring thing ever. And I was like, fuck, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
And I watched the Defiant ones on Netflix. It got me super inspired.
Yeah.
And I saw SAE in the, like, you know, the book full of unis and courses.
Yeah.
I saw that and I was like, fuck, why don't I just do that?
Yeah.
I used to play French horn in grade 8. So that's about the
That's
only
a flex.
musical, like, I don't know, musical stuff I've ever really done. And then, I've just loved it ever since. And I knew I just wanted to do a business. I didn't want to do any freelancing or anything like that.
But you weren't like 100% on what that was going to be
Yeah.
yet. Yeah, right.
Yeah, so it took some time at uni to kind of figure out exactly what I wanted to do, but
Yeah.
like where I wanted to go with it. But
Yeah, right.
happy I found it.
Yeah, clearly. And I think that's such an interesting thing that you decided to go into the production side of things. Because I feel like a lot of people are like, oh, you know, I'll make music, I'll do it that way, and I'll make money from my music.
Yeah.
But yours was like, you were like, nah, like I won't even make it. I'll just help other people make it. Was that like a business decision for you, or were you more like interested in, were you interested in the making money aspect of it, or was it more like I want to help people make music?
I'd say a little bit of both. Like I've always loved
Money.
but no, like the making of it and stuff. Like when I was in uni, like we didn't do much production.
Yeah.
We did a lot of recording and mixing and mastering, as Joe would know. And I kind of fell in love with that aspect of it. I think I went into uni thinking I was going to become like Dr. Dre and, you know, make beats and just make millions of dollars. But I soon realized that wasn't going to be the case. And I just like thought, what's the most realistic avenue I can take?
Yeah.
And I think the recording studio, once I had that opportunity, I was like just all in.
Yeah.
So I think that was just my best option, really.
Yeah. And how'd you pull Blake into it?
Well, we met at uni. I was actually working on a project with Joe, and Blake was the new kid in class, and we had to, one of our group had to scooch over with Blake, and I took the bullet and went and worked with the new weird kid who always had his headphones on. And then, we just
beats.
clicked. We started listening to the same music.
Yeah.
It was actually a Foley project we were working
Yeah,
on.
it was Finding Nemo. We were like replacing like some like audio and like all of the Foley for a specific scene. At first it was pretty dodgy, but we just like clicked so well in the studio that we just kept working together, and then we ended up taking on a heap of other projects together. Like even our major project in our last trimester, which is like the last project you do, we did a 6-track EP together called 6 Speed. That's now on Spotify. We released that a while ago. It's glad we finally got that out, because oh my god, that was a
mission
workout. But like we've just been clicking ever since, just always making music, always grinding, writing music, mixing, mastering, everything.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I feel like, I feel like you need to ask some questions, because I'm like,
You're out.
I don't know any audio stuff, man. I'm just like, ooh.
Did you ever think about then like Personal Strangers possibly being a like film production thing?
I knew I always wanted to incorporate it. I just knew that I kind of had to start with the music, what I know, and then I can start bringing people in once we grow as well, for the film side of it, because we offer some photography and videography, nothing crazy, like no music videos or anything yet.
Okay.
But I think in the long run, like that's something realistic that we would look at for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. Okay. And so you guys doing the studio then full time now?
Not full time, but we're in there every day. After work, late
Yeah.
nights sometimes, like some of them are very, very late, but I think next year's when we kind of want to go full time.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, just get a heap of projects out, get our names out in the meantime, stuff like that, you know.
Catalog and stuff.
That's
Yeah.
it.
That's it.
What's gone wrong so far? Have you got like one thing where you're like, man, that day sucked?
It's really a bit of like the wiring and shit like that. When we were first setting up the studio, I swear there were a few times like you were having like hang over the back of the desk for like a good half an hour, plug everything in to realize that you plugged it in the wrong way, to unplug it and put it back in again.
Yes.
Stuff like that. I remember stuff like that.
Yeah, probably
hilarious.
the actual building and setting up of the studio, I would say, was probably the most troublesome.
Yeah.
Because we had to build pretty much a room inside the room.
Yeah.
That was a pain.
Soundproofing.
Insulating, soundproofing. And then, the wiring through the walls and shit like that was a pain. Luckily, my dad's real handy with that type of shit, so it was really good. And it wasn't too bad. But, otherwise it's actually been surprisingly smooth sailing.
Yeah, it's been pretty smooth. A few times in some of the sessions, we've just had some gangster rappers and we've just smoked some really dank gangster rapper weed. And I've just been too fucked up to like push any of the buttons on the desk. But I've always got Deck here, and he can handle his weed a bit better than I can.
Yeah.
We like to joke
He's your
that
safety net.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
that's
We're like Scottie Pippen and MJ, you know.
That's it.
That's our team.
That's it. But like otherwise, it's been really smooth sailing. I think the biggest fuck up we've had is Isotope crashed on our Pro Tools, and all of our sessions with because we use Nectar a lot.
Yeah.
You're going to have to explain all of
Okay,
this.
so Nectar it's just a
I'm gone, you know?
So Isotope like makes plugins,
Okay.
right? And Nectar's one that we use a lot, and it's just like an EQ.
Okay.
It's for a vocal chains and stuff like that, and we use it a lot as a subtractive EQ, and pretty much every session that we have with that on it, which is nearly
most,
all of them,
yeah.
just wouldn't open.
Oh.
So I had to
Yeah.
I've took
It was like months of work and shit.
Yeah.
Hey,
and I took a day to try and figure out what it was. I tried uninstalling it, reinstalling it, updating it. And it's all because I updated my Mac.
freaking Apple man.
Isotope wasn't ready for it.
Freaking Apple man.
That's the worst.
But so I just uninstalled all the Isotope stuff, and then it's been fine, but still can't use it.
I was gonna say that messed up all your old sessions then, or did you have to go back and re-EQ all the?
Yeah, so I had to re-EQ everything.
Yeah.
Right. Luckily, we only used it as a subtractive EQ, which is only like a small part of the vocal chain.
Another
which
plug-in
is,
for that stuff.
So it wasn't too much of a hassle, but
It
that's
was a
probably
good
our
EQ
biggest.
though. I do miss it. Like
Yeah.
using it. It was super easy to use.
Yeah, it's good. Good EQ actually. I like it.
Still
I like
mad
it.
though.
Is this what you feel like when I talk about
Yeah.
film stuff? I'm just like, I hear the words, but like they're not.
That's fair. That's fair.
Not registering.
All I get is thing crash bad.
Yeah.
That was like
in summary.
That's essentially
Pretty much what happened. Yeah.
just lovely Pro Tools stuff.
Surely
it.
that's caught up now though. How long ago was that?
Probably a month ago, I would say.
Oh, okay, probably not.
But yeah, I've sent them emails and stuff, and they just said they haven't updated their firmware. and
Just some
shit.
angry Karen emails.
Yeah.
He's got the Karen haircut too, low key. So like,
If
If it
I
was,
was
if it
like-
was straightened.
yeah.
sure.
I can see
sure.
that. I can see that.
But that's probably the biggest issue that we run into.
Yeah.
Is there anything that's like become a pet peeve from the build? Like, is there anything that you wish you'd done different in the build?
Like in the actual studio build. Not really.
I mean, like the only thing like I would have thought of is just like having the live room a little bit bigger so we could fit a drum kit in or something like that. But you know, we've got plans for the
Yeah.
future. We're looking at hiring out some other rooms too for like an extra room for like a lunchroom / like video editing suite sort of stuff like that. So we've got a few different ideas on the horizon
Yeah, to
to
kind of
keep
like
expanding.
expand a bit,
Yeah,
but yeah, when it comes to the room, there's not much that we could really do with it.
it's
so-
pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Can't
We got
just roll
Kobe
with
on
it.
the wall. I can't complain, man.
Yeah, fair.
But yeah, I got some questions for you guys.
Okay.
Oh, we
okay.
came
Alright,
prepared.
sweet.
I love
Okay.
that.
This is
Actually, before you get into that,
yeah.
Deck was saying right before the show started that he has officially caught up on every single episode of the show.
Every
That
single
is
one.
Have you
impressive.
genuinely watched all of them?
Yeah, I listen to them because I work in a factory,
Yeah.
so I just listen to podcasts like all day. And
But you've listened like to
all
102
or 103
episodes.
Yeah,
Wow.
oh, every single one.
That's insane.
Yeah, and I fucking love them. I love them.
Yes,
Man.
They're good. Yeah, I listened up to, I think you was on like episode 73 or something.
Yep.
And I listened up to then.
Yeah.
And then I started listening to some other stuff. And then I came back when you were on, I think it would have been like 97 or 98.
Yep.
And then I like, all right, well, fuck, I've got 20 plus episodes to catch up on. I'll listen to them all. And then, I've finished them yesterday. So I'm officially up to date.
That's crazy. That must be so weird to be like up to date in the podcast and know that the next episode that comes out is you.
Yeah, well, like I was talking to Joe ages. I'm like, dude, get us on the podcast, man. I want to be on there.
We've been I mean we've been trying to sort it for ages.
Yeah.
Like probably a good like 8-9 months. We've been trying to get you guys on.
Since we've been studying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
even then.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
word.
remember us talking
It
about
literally
that,
just
yeah.
like hasn't. It's just not lined up at all for whatever reason.
That's all right. Hey, we're here now.
We're here now.
That's it.
Can't
That's it.
But
complain.
man, that's crazy. I love that. You're probably the first guest we've had that's listened to more than like 3 episodes of the show.
I actually love it.
Yeah.
Do you want to know my favorite episode?
Yes.
I would love to
Please,
know your
yeah.
favorite episode.
It's the one where you break down The Shining.
Really?
Oh, that was so long ago.
That is the only one that is like, I love that episode.
That's so
And
interesting.
When
I have
was
been waiting
that?
for you to do another movie breakdown
Okay.
for so long.
wow.
I
That
think
would
it's
have been what?
episode
I think that was
30
10.
something.
No, that would be 10 or 11.
You reckon it was earlier?
That would be
Yeah, let
that
me
would
find
super
it.
early because we did probably 7 episodes live and then we went into lockdown.
Yeah.
And so that Shining episode is I think the first or the second episode we did in
Oh,
lockdown
the Zoom
because we
ones.
were like, oh shit, like what are we gonna do while we're
Yeah.
in lockdown?
That's right. And we were like, let's watch movies.
Yeah, we were like, guess we'll watch movies.
Yeah, that was my favorite one. I love movie breakdowns and shit like that.
Right.
And yeah, I don't know why. Like, just all the info and shit you went through.
Yeah. All right.
I
Well,
loved
maybe
it.
we'll have to do another one at some point then. I think. And then the episode after that we did Doctor Sleep. I think.
Yeah, which was the
The sequel.
sequel. Yep.
Yeah. Are you looking for which episode
I'm
it
looking
is?
for it. Let me search.
Oh,
How
you
can I
search.
search
We
in
have
this
too
thing?
many episodes.
I gotta-
It's still
like-
scrolling to the top. My goodness.
It's getting
Come
to
on.
the. It's getting
There
there,
we
you
go.
know. Anyway, while he's
Where's
searching,
the
I'm very intrigued by what you want to ask.
Oh, that was the main question. When are you gonna do some more? When are you gonna do some more movie breakdowns?
Okay, well, since you've asked so nicely, we'll definitely do one. We will
See
definitely.
that?
We actually, I've never said this on the show before.
Uh-oh.
That's never a good sign.
We actually did film probably a year and a half ago now.
Oh no, I forgot about this.
We have a full 2 hours of footage
Yeah.
of Joe and I playing a drinking game, watching The Shining.
No fucking way.
I forgot.
That we just have never released.
Can you put that shit on your Patreon or something?
Yep, done.
Yes.
Yeah,
Because I just never wanted to go through it and edit it.
Yeah, fair.
Um,
just release it raw,
just
man.
raw.
Because
2
honestly,
hours.
it's pretty much just us getting, like it's pretty funny up until like 45 minutes, and then we're just really drunk.
Oh
Just
my
chaotic.
Because
God.
we made the rules like too intense, so we would just like taking shots every 10 seconds.
Oh no.
So at like 45 minutes, we're just like Shining. Jack Nicholson.
Oh. Hey, if you ever want to do one, I'm happy to come on for one of
Yo.
those.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
we
Break
can
out
get
the
that.
Did you
tequila.
find
Let's
it?
go, boys.
Is it the one called All Work No Play?
Yep.
What episode do you think it was?
I thought it was
13.
I reckon it was 30 something.
30 something? It was episode 9.
Was it that early?
Episode 9. And you still remember that?
Yeah, that's the one that's like fully stuck in my head.
Okay.
Wow.
I
Yeah.
might actually re-listen to that episode. Then.
Maybe we should redo it.
Yeah, just
now
do
that
it in
we've
our
got
current.
personality.
It's not a bad idea. Yeah, now that we actually like are people on the
Yeah.
show.
I love the growth though, like the guy, like from binging them,
The glow up.
growth, yeah, the glow up, man. Like it's so
Yeah.
good to hear and see, and just listening to you tell us about like all the stuff that you've done and what you've kind of accomplished since then has been really good. I love it. I
That's
love
so
listening
nice.
to it.
Well, then I want to ask you as an extension of that because the past couple of weeks we've been talking a lot about like being motivated.
Yeah.
And like how motivation comes from actually starting projects and things like that. And I mean, you guys would, you know that now.
Yeah.
From personal strangers. So like, did you have any thoughts on that you were like, oh, like that's something that I would like to add to that discussion. Like, what are your thoughts on being motivated to do creative things? Both of you.
Well, do you want to start? Like, what kind of gets you motivated? What makes you feel?
Oh, honestly,
that?
I'm always constantly listening to music, like whether I'm just in the car, riding my bike, like walking, just even in my bedroom, like in my bed, sleeping, listening to lo-fi beats to study too. No, but like I always listen to new music. I try to keep it fresh. Always listening to like the Spotify radio stuff. Just try and listen to some new stuff and just see what inspires some new beats. And if anything does click, then I just try and get started as soon as possible. But it's just like trying to be consistent, honestly. Like every single day I'm trying to like at least do like add towards some project I've already got going or starting something new, I guess. But other than that, sometimes it is hard because like, I mean, when we're in the studio and we've got like vocal chains and we're doing like the mixing side, which is a little less creative and a little bit more like clinical, it can be a little bit repetitive and then like boring, especially when you've got to do it like for hours and hours on end, multiple days a week. But like you do it because you love it. That's all that matters, I guess. Deck, what do you gotta say, mate?
I don't know. Like, I think I think you're right in the fact that you can be motivated, but nothing's going to come of it until you start.
Yeah.
And I've just kind of figured out that when I'm in a groove, I just ride it as long as I can.
Yeah.
Like there was a day, I think it was last week, like I worked 17 hours in the studio, just getting shit done. That was after work, sorry. So I finished at around 2ish and just worked till like 11:30, 12. And just kept writing it until like it was burnt out and like literally couldn't keep my eyes open.
Yeah.
But I think that's the biggest thing for me is just to keep going when I know I can and I'm in that mind state. But otherwise, like on the daily, it's just I know it has to get done.
Yeah.
People are expecting that of me.
Yeah.
So that kind of pushes me forward to make sure that I'm doing my job properly as well and delivering on the things that I said that I would deliver on. So I think that's probably my biggest motivator.
Gang
And then-
shit.
Yeah, just starting on it. Is that?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Keep
Yeah.
keep it moving.
I mean, like that's pretty much what we've been saying as well,
Yeah,
right? Like,
exactly.
The thing that I keep coming back to is you're not going to be motivated to create unless you start creating. Like, there's no point where you're just going to be like, oh, now I feel creative.
Yeah,
Like,
you just got to sit
gonna
down,
happen once
open
in
up
a
your
blue moon.
laptop,
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. You just got to practice what it is that you're going to do, and then you'll hit that flow state, and you'll just roll through it.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I feel like, and that's something that we've been hitting on a lot recently, is I feel like a lot of people expect to just be creative or be motivated at some point.
Yeah.
Like they're like, oh, I don't feel motivated today, so I'll just watch TV and I'll, play some video games and then I'll try again tomorrow.
Yeah.
But they're not actually actively working towards
Any
what's going to
creative
make them
endeavors.
creative and what's going to make them motivated.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I assume you agree with that from what you said, but
like you got to make moves to get there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for
You're
sure.
not gonna get motivated watching TV.
yeah,
Nothing's gonna come of that. So I mean, you might get motivated watching TV.
Who
you
knows?
might get inspired, but I don't
Yeah,
think you get
yeah,
motivated.
That's the word. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, you've got to start.
Yeah.
You got to make a start for sure.
Yeah.
I think that's important.
Do you, on the complete flip side of that, I was talking with someone earlier today about like the whole hustle and like the hustle grind set, like Sigma male culture that we have.
Yeah.
Particularly in like young artists and young creatives, like there's this whole thing that keeps coming through where it's like you have to be creating all the time. You have to be like hustling to the point where it feels like they're talking more about hustling and being hustlers than actually making anything.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that's something that you've seen, that you've experienced? I feel like it's very popular. I'm asking you specifically because I feel like it's very popular in music.
Yeah.
Where people are like, yeah, I'm a rapper, like I'm working every day, I'm in the studio every day, and they release like maybe a single every 2 years. Like,
Yeah.
and it's on SoundCloud. Like they don't even put the effort on distributing it.
Yeah.
Properly.
Properly.
Yeah. I don't know. I think when people come in, we can definitely see whether they're just talking out their ass or if they've got work
Like
to show.
substance and stuff, yeah.
Like we have a fair few artists that come in, nearly multiple times a week and get shitloads of work done, and they have work done and built up that they can show us, and it's like, yeah, okay, you fucking work, man. Like,
Yeah.
and that's kind of like where I like to be around those people. But then again, saying that, we have a lot of new artists as well that are coming off the ground and trying to break into the music scene. So that's again a different kind of story.
Yeah.
But what about you? You kind of notice that anything?
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say because like every artist has a different like process with how they work on shit. And some people, like I just know people who have like released like one song every 2 years, but they're sitting on like 38 unreleased singles on like SoundCloud that they'll never fucking release because they're like self-conscious and stuff. But like I don't know, like I try not to even like think about it like that. I just try to like focus on my own shit. If I'm working with someone and I get the fact that they're not working hard, I'll either like call them out for it or just like try and like direct the
Nudge
project
them in the right direction.
yeah. Just so like that's the main like denominator is just getting shit done. Like that's all that really matters when it gets down to it. Yeah. Getting shit.
Yeah.
No, I think you're right. And I don't know. I just feel like there's that whole culture as well where people are like saying that they're working and then not.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
But
that's that Instagram, like everyone posting like photos and the shit every fucking day, man.
Yeah, and I find it really difficult because I think that's what makes, like when you tell people, oh, I'm an artist or I'm a creator, and then in their head, you can tell that they're either thinking, oh, like they're making stuff, or they have that secondary reaction, which is like, oh,
Yeah, righto, bro.
they're not doing
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
They're just gonna sit at home
And smoke cones all day.
smoke cones all day. Yeah,
that's
get the
it.
creative juices flowing.
That's it. Get the DMT juices flowing.
Yeah.
But, you know, like, that's it, man. Like, I mean, even if you talk, like, it's just talk, you know, the real prevail, the people who do stuff and actually have shit to show for it above, like, the small talk and stuff. Like, that's what matters, and that's what people are going to recognize and remember.
And it shows, like, it shows in their music, it shows in their style and what they actually rap about and shit as well. I think, I think it's evident when they're real and when they're not.
Yeah.
You can kind of tell.
What do you think about the rap scene in general in Brisbane?
Do you want to take this? You're probably more in depth with it.
Yeah.
Oh man, I love the Brisbane rap scene so much. Like, there is so much diversity in it. Like I get to see, majority of it I see is just through like running like live shows in like Fortitude Valley at like Back Docks, just like small like events. I've been fortunate enough to meet like so many Brisbane artists through that. Many of them come through to our studio weekly, and some of them are just incredible. But the Brisbane rap scene is so diverse, man. You've got like your old heads, you've got like the vintage boom bap sort of stuff, you've got like the new wave of like the trap and like the really unique flavors that a lot of the Brisbane artists, especially some of the more underground like stuff that's coming out of like Logan as well, can be really gritty and really interesting.
Yeah.
And then you've got like the sad boy rappers as well. I know a lot of those. I've working on a few projects with a couple of them, but it's just like, it's so diverse. There's so much going on, and it's like such a like big city, and there's so much. I just love it so much. There's heaps. Yeah.
That's kind of one of our goals as well, is to like push a lot of these local artists that aren't super big, and to really like kind of get them going. And,
Do you have any off the top of your head that you wanna shout out?
Oh yeah, okay. There's so many. I feel bad if I forget anyone, but
let's go like 5.
Let's go 5.
Let's go top 5.
No,
let's go 5 in no particular order.
no
Let's say it
particular
that way.
order. Alright, well, I'll take 2. You take.
All right, we'll
3.
just go.
Alright. I want to say first and foremost, Vez. Like, Vez is amazing. He's one of the more talented rappers we've met. Got some incredible projects coming out with that man, and he has incredible stage like presence as well when he's like performing.
For sure.
Yeah.
J Rest.
Yeah.
Just dropped him home actually. Just had a session a day.
That's
Got a whole
homie.
track done in an hour.
Nice.
Man is a workaholic and a really nice dude too. I love that man.
Got to shout out the homie Rip the Pedals. I'm working on a project with him this year. It's on some like indie sort of sad trap infused experimental stuff. He's definitely kept an open mind about all of his music, and he's making some really interesting stuff at the moment, which hopefully will go pretty well.
Southside Romeo.
Yep.
Jordan from SAE. Done some work with him. He was on our EP a lot.
Nice.
And yeah, we're getting some stuff out this year.
Yeah, sick.
Getting some work done.
I'm going to say the last one's got to be Ozai.
Hey.
Ozai's our boy from No One Network. Met him at a few shows. One time I was doing a show at this venue in East Brisbane called Backbone. And just before the show started, I went out back and smoked a massive spliff with one of the rappers, and then I had to come back up onto like just the side of the stage. I was working a soundboard with my left hand and a lighting board with my right hand, whilst blazed as fuck for it continuously for about 5 hours. It was fucking exhausting, but I made it through, and I met some really cool people. Ozai was one. We're working on a project this year together, a big EP. Hopefully, gonna do some music videos and stuff like that. But yeah, great guy.
Yeah, hell yeah. Good shout outs.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
love it. Really good.
I'm gonna put my 2 shout outs.
Yeah, come on.
in.
Let's hear your shout outs. Come on,
Actually,
let's go.
I'm gonna put my 3 rap shout outs out now.
He's not listening.
He's not listening. Brisbane-based rappers. Shout out Ian.
Yo.
My boy Ian.
My boy
Let's
Ian.
go. He's writing bars right now.
yeah. No, shout out Ian and Ventwave. They're both in this building, but they're sick. They're like, genuinely, I listen to their music all the time.
Yeah.
Unironically, like genuinely, I listen to it all the time.
Not just saying.
No,
that.
I'm not just
I
saying
love
that.
That's good.
Also, Bad Posture. They're like up and coming now. They're about to release their new single Syrup, which I was on set for their music video, and that song bangs. Like, it was one of those ones where I was like on set for the video, and I was like, at the end, I was like, I need you guys to release this like really
This is
soon.
an actual
'cause
tune.
I need to put this in my
Yeah.
playlist.
Yes,
Yeah.
fuck yeah, man.
I'll have
Yeah.
to check them out.
Those are my two.
Joe, what are
Alright.
your shout outs?
Yeah.
I
They
put
don't
them
have
on
to
the
be
spot.
rap, man.
No, they
Any
have to
music?
be rap. They have to be rap.
They have to be rap.
they have to be
No,
rap.
they don't. They're just Brisbane musicians.
I'm not in the sadly I'm not in the like smaller artist scene anymore, being a radio, which makes me very sad. But yeah, no, I don't know. I would just shout out definitely Ian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, word.
I hear that.
But yeah, no, I don't know.
Oh, sweet, man.
I'll have to come along to a few shows and
Oh yeah,
meet some
man.
of
I'll
these
sneak you
people,
in.
yeah.
That's all good.
You just have to come check out the studio, too.
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
Yeah,
psyched
man.
to show yous.
Absolutely.
Surely we get one of the podcasts filmed in there. You know,
You can
Yeah.
do an episode
Yeah.
there.
that would be
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
Have Kobe on.
I
the
mean, like,
background.
we're working our way through vent space at the moment.
Yep.
So if you've watched the video version of the podcast, like, you'll notice
Different spots.
You'll
Yeah.
notice a couple different spots. Like, we've shot in that corner, we shot in the spray bay.
This
Yeah.
place looks freaking insane. It looks like a nuclear war bunker.
Yeah,
or
it's
some
like a
shit.
little sci-fi space,
Yeah.
right?
A nuclear war
We
bunker with
filmed
windows.
last week's episode in there, and I realized that we didn't mention it at all until
Yeah.
at the end of the episode.
just left
um,
unsaid.
Just completely like at the end I was like, oh, we should probably mention like that we're not being held hostage.
Legit.
But no, it's like, it's crazy like how many creative spaces there are in Brisbane. Like, you don't really
Yeah.
realize it, but then you start asking around and it's like, oh, like they're everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere. And so many people are just like working out of them, doing their thing, and then like they blow up out of nowhere. Like, it's crazy. Like, there's a
Yeah.
couple artists in here now that are like, I like walked in when we moved in, and I like met these people and I was like, oh, you're that person.
Yeah,
'Cause
right.
it's like you see them all over Brisbane.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's like, mind blowing sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna
Um,
meet those people in person.
Yeah, like I'm purposefully skirting around names because I don't want to
Yeah.
say like who's
No,
in
I
the
got you,
building,
I
but
got
like
you.
the dude that's up there that we were talking about before is one of them.
Yeah. Word.
Where I was like, oh, yo, you're in this space?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Hell yeah. Yeah. That's how you know you're working at the right spot too. When you have those sort of people
Yeah.
around you. You know.
Exactly.
And it's crazy how many people know each other.
Yep.
Yeah,
well.
that's
Like-
the thing about Brisbane. Hey, it's like
Yeah.
kind of got that small town vibe where everyone sort of knows each other
Yeah.
within
Yeah.
the
Big
industry.
country
It's
town.
amazing. You
And
don't get that.
Not even just knows them, but like
Personally
has
knows them.
like
fucks with it.
has done stuff with them.
Yeah.
Either worked with them or done shows
Yeah.
or anything like that. Not just like, oh yeah, I know of him. It's
Yeah.
just like,
Yeah.
we've worked together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what we love about this space is
Yeah.
there's 24 people in this building.
Whoa.
They're not all here at the same time, but like people will come and go and you'll meet people and then like you'll get close with them and then you'll be like, oh, I need this for a project, and they'll be like, oh, I'll hook you up with this person and this person.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I know them really well. They're really good. So it's like this whole little community that you build, and I assume that's something that you guys are doing as well with your
Yeah.
studio.
Trying to,
Because you're
for sure.
building this little community where if someone needs that, you know where to send them, and you know where to send that person. And
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that's such an important thing for creatives at this level,
Yep.
to have that, to really trust it as a community.
Yeah, absolutely. You gotta have, it takes a village to raise a child and stuff like that. You gotta
Yeah.
make sure you're working with
And it takes a
as many
community
people.
art space to raise an artist.
Amen. Amen.
That works. That works.
I love that.
No, it's really cool. Is that something that you guys are consciously putting effort into for the studio? Is making
man.
a community?
Yeah, like I think long term for sure, but also just kind of being open with who we collaborate and stuff. So something that I really not enjoy doing, really like that I've done. I don't know how to phrase it. Is on my website. On the website, we've got a list of everyone we've worked with.
That's cool.
What they do.
Oh, I did see
their
that. It's a collaborators
Instagrams.
page.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
yeah.
So their Instagram and where they can listen to some of their music
Yeah.
or photography.
Yeah.
I've got a saxophone player on there, Raffin. Shout out Raffin. He
Shout out
he did
Raffin.
our sax on our single from our EP.
6B, baby.
Crazy saxophone player.
Yeah.
But yeah, pretty much anyone we collaborate with, I just want to so people can go find them.
Yeah.
So they don't kind of have to hassle with it. And I think that's something pretty cool, and not a lot of people I think are doing is just
Yeah.
like being open with who they collaborate
Yeah.
with sometimes.
Yeah.
On
And I
top of
think
that too, man, like we have a tradition at our studio. Every single artist that comes in, we have this like the Infinity Gauntlet, right? You guys know what that is?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
Um,
the Thanos Infinity
Yeah, the
Gauntlet from
Thanos
Marvel.
glove. Yeah.
Oh,
So we
I
have
have to talk to you about that actually.
So we have this Thanos glove that's just sitting on top of one of our speakers, or it was, and it's just sitting in the studio. And every single artist that comes in gets a photo with it. That deck turns into a Polaroid. We get them to sign.
That's so sick.
and we're gonna get them laminated, like
Put them on the back of the
put 'em
door.
on the wall.
Yeah.
So it's gonna have a bunch of artist photos.
Yeah,
with their signatures
and that's our
stuff.
community sort of deal,
That's
you know.
so dope.
And then when some of them are super famous, we're just gonna sell
just
them
sell
for
'em.
millions.
Yeah, of course.
Reinvest it back into the studio.
Yeah, that's it.
Nah, that's so sick.
Yeah.
That's like such a random connection, but you'll love this.
Yeah.
There's you know what coffee shops are in the Netherlands, right? No?
Not particularly. No.
Okay, so coffee shops are where you buy weed in
Right.
the Netherlands.
I love that.
That
and
sounds
so
super convenient.
It allegedly is super convenient.
I love that word.
But no, there's this one really, really popular one that's like in the middle of Amsterdam. And they have this massive wall of every celebrity that has ever come in there
No
and
shit.
smoked with them. And so it's like, you know, it's crazy the people that are on there. I can't remember exactly, but it's like, you know, you got like Arnold Schwarzenegger
You
on
got
the
Snoop
wall.
Dogg
and
on
that.
there
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. And it's just this wall and they're all signed and it's like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's so
Yeah.
cool. But like, I'm sure something like that would be banging.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for
That's
sure.
I can't wait till Snoop Dogg comes into our studio.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
smoke weed with
He'll
Snoop Dogg.
fly over for it.
Yeah, hell
That's
yeah.
it. That's it. I did have one question.
Yes.
How come you guys didn't like No Way Home or Far From Home? Sorry,
Far From Home.
Spider-Man.
The new one?
Yeah,
Mm.
not the newest
The
one.
second one.
The second one.
Yeah.
You
Is
just
it
had
something
it.
that we've said?
You're on your list.
When we
the
did
when
the
you
list.
did the list.
I actually
did-
rewatched it the other day, and I would put it way higher than I would. I don't remember
I think
where
honestly,
I put it,
in all
but
seriousness, we got to a point in that list where it was like we'd set out like our favorites of all time, and then the rest we were kind of like, I don't really know
Just
where to
don't
put
worry about
those.
That
It was
was
like-
another favorite episode of mine.
The list one.
I did that with my mates the other day. Yeah.
Really?
sick.
That's
Yeah.
so interesting because I feel like both of those are ones that we're like, oh, you know, like they're not our best.
I don't know. I just like as a Marvel fan and someone who enjoys watching movies, like those really resonate with me.
Okay.
Because you know you're talking about shit that I know, and it's like, oh, you're wrong, man. Like that's not right.
Deck's crazy about Marvel.
Yeah.
Hey, we've got like fucking Spider-Man merch everywhere.
Oh, so much Spider-Man. I'm a bigger Spider-Man
So
fan.
good, dude.
Spidey.
I
I
love
love it.
Spider-Man.
What's
I'm
everyone's
saying
favorite
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, by the way? Every like Spider-Man actor. I mean, like
All
out
right,
of the,
are we saying it on 3?
I don't
Okay.
have one.
I have
Yes,
one.
you do.
Yes,
I
you do.
can't.
Don't lie to me.
I can't.
Deep
Don't
down
lie to
in
me.
your
You
soul.
do. Ready? I'm
Oh,
going to
yeah,
count
kinda
down. You're going to say it on 3.
Wait. Can we
Ready?
just? Can we
No,
know?
we gotta think about it.
Are we Spider-Man in like as in Peter
Like,
Parker
like
and
no,
Spider-Man?
like just Spider-Man.
Just the actor.
Lit-
yeah.
so
like
not
like
Peter
in
Parker.
costume
Actors?
Spider-Man, actual Spider-Man, not like Peter Parker, not none of this like he's the best Peter Parker, but he's the best Spider-Man,
Just
but
all
they're
round.
the best both of them.
the best all round, or just the best
Spider-Man,
Spider-Man?
the best crime fighting, latex wearing
Ah.
All right, I got mine.
man. All right, ready?
I just got a man crush
Ready?
on mine,
Okay.
so it's cool.
3, 2, 1.
Tobey
Andrew
Maguire.
Garfield.
Andrew Garfield for sure.
Who did you say? Did you say Tom
Tobey
Holland?
Maguire.
Oh, okay.
That's my boy.
acceptable.
I have a man crush
That's
on that
yeah.
man.
so we
That's
all,
right.
3 of us all agree that Andrew Garfield is the best Spider-Man.
Spider-Man for sure.
Yeah, that's exactly what I say. So this is what I say, right? I don't know if I've ever said this on the podcast, but I assume that I have. Andrew Garfield is the best Spider-Man. Tobey Maguire is the best Peter Parker. Tom Holland is the best mix.
100% correct.
Okay, I respect that. I
Yeah.
respect that.
That is where I come from.
Nah,
I will
agree.
say though, Tobey Maguire is my least favorite Spider-Man.
I just like that one. I just am dying to eventually one day reenact that Spider-Man scene with the kissing upside down. Like maybe my wedding day or something. Just fucking eat my legs over that.
Yeah,
We'll
just off the
reenact
rafters.
it right now.
Nah, I fuck with the old ones just because I watch them so much.
Yeah.
My favorite Spider-Man movie, besides probably the new one,
The
is
new one was fucking awesome.
Spider-Man 1, the first Tobey
OG.
Maguire one.
Yeah,
Watched that as a kid.
that movie
and
bangs.
so good.
Yeah.
Green Goblin
So
William
good.
Dafoe
Yeah,
is
true, actually.
fucking insane. I love it. That's
Yeah.
probably my favorite Spider-Man movie.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I think Andrew Garfield gets way too much hate.
I agree.
Mm.
He's too cool for Peter Parker,
Yes.
but his Spider-Man is cool.
And also, Amazing Spider-Man 2 is almost incoherent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing Spider-Man 1, though, that movie actually
It's
bangs.
good.
Yeah.
It's actually really, really good.
Yeah.
And I know that people shit on it, but it's a good movie.
Yeah, the only thing with like the second one is he tried to do like they did in with the Tobey Maguire second one where he like gave up.
Yeah.
But he only gave up for like 10 minutes
Yeah.
or something.
And then they also did the Spider-Man 3 thing where they have like 4 million villains at once.
Oh yeah.
And it's like,
Yeah. It doesn't really work. And because it's like one at a time too. It's like he's fighting Electro,
Yeah.
and then Green Goblin, and then it's like, oh no, wait, Electro's still a fucking problem.
Yeah. Oh,
and
no.
then it's like, yeah. Although Gwen dying was the first time I ever cried in a Spider-Man movie.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, right.
I
Yeah.
sobbed.
I cried like a baby.
The hand when it
Yeah.
the web.
Yep. Oh,
So
man.
sad.
Is it far enough along for us to talk about No Way Home spoilers?
I mean, one of my mates haven't seen it, but
Okay, we'll
No.
skip,
Yeah.
we'll skip it. We won't do it. We'll do.
was a while
We'll
ago.
give it.
I'm
I
happy
reckon
to.
We'll
I'm
give it.
happy
We'll
to.
give it a couple more months. I think.
Yeah,
I think
right.
we got. I
you
think.
guys are just gonna have to get us in again, honestly.
Yeah. Look, I think
No
the
doubt.
respectful thing to do is to wait until the streaming release.
yeah, okay.
And then do it then.
All right.
We'll do that.
All right, sounds good.
We'll have a
But
full
I'm just gonna
breakdown.
say the hand thing.
And I loved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I
We
loved it.
understand
Yeah.
what we're saying.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about. So
Have you
great.
seen the new one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clearly
The
don't remember it
redemption.
enough. The redemption.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. There you go. He's there.
Yeah.
That made me cry. As well.
I cried as well. I cried in the credits of No Way Home. Like I was literally just sitting there just crying.
Oh man, I love it. I love talking about Marvel and
Hell
shit.
yeah.
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
What's your favorite movie? Both of you. Let's do this. What's your both of your favorite movies? Full stop.
Oh, you're gonna have to start.
Alright. I would either say one or two. Either Ace Ventura and When Nature Calls. or
Interesting.
or completely different, Saving Private Ryan. I love both of those movies so much.
Very different.
Completely
movies.
different, but like I mean, you're asking me from two different angles. I
Yes.
fucking
No, I
love
do
Ace
understand.
Ventura.
You've put
Private
me
Ryan.
extremely on the spot.
Yeah.
Surely
you came in a
just have, like, an
podcast. I don't know what you
answer prepared, bro.
expected.
Yeah.
I should have thought. I should have known you were gonna ask me.
Yeah.
This.
I believe in you.
I mean, I
You
just-
got this.
Spider-Man 1
Yeah.
is probably my favorite.
Okay.
I
You already
would
said
say,
that. That's lame.
But
Yeah. Yeah, bro. That's lame.
but love the Matrix.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Love
okay.
the Matrix.
Yeah, we sampled the Matrix.
We
on,
did
Have you
sample the
sampled
Matrix.
Spider-Man yet?
Yes, we have
Yes.
cartoons. The
Yeah, we
cartoon
sampled the
ones.
weird like
I've
1980s.
I've
Yeah.
used some of the Ultimate Spider-Man sound effects for some videos before.
Yeah,
Fuck yeah.
bro, I love it. The old school cartoons are the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, they're so good.
But yeah, what about you two? What's your two favorite movies?
Mine's The Shining.
The Shining. Yep.
I feel like I said this on the show, but I don't remember what I said last time.
He doesn't have one. He's lying.
No, I don't know. Did I
Well,
have one
I had
last
to
time?
answer, so you have
Yeah,
to answer.
that's exactly
that's
right.
how this works, mate.
That's
This is a
only fair.
podcast. You should have been prepared.
I should have been prepared for anything. I have to be with you around anyway.
I know. Oh my goodness,
What movie
Joseph.
do I keep going back to watch?
Any of them really. My second favorite is Into the
Actually-
Spider-Verse.
That one was pretty dope. I
I
will
Yeah,
say
it's a
that.
good movie.
love that movie. I'm gonna really quickly derail this while Joe's thinking because I can hear his gears in his brain turning.
Does it hurt, Joe?
That's a
Does it
little bit,
hurt?
yeah.
Can you smell the smoke yet?
It's fuming.
I've just started working on a new little art project.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna say all the details because my plan is to do this as like an actual exhibit and invite people.
Yep.
But it's basically like I'm gonna make something out of the frames of a movie. And I want one of them to be Into the Spider-Verse because it would look so sick.
Yeah.
Like all the frames of that movie.
Yep.
Beautiful.
So, do you mean as in like? What,
I'll tell you after.
Okay, all
I'll
right.
tell you
Yeah,
after the
wanna-
show.
okay.
I'm very intrigued.
But
I'm
I will
excited now.
keep updated
You
in
can't
the
say
Yeah.
in my
on the
daily
show.
movies. Huh?
Can't say any more on the show.
I don't want to say any more on the show
That's
because I
fair
don't want
enough.
someone to
It's
steal my
surprise.
idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, that's good. That's fair enough.
Have you thought about
Yeah,
it?
I'm good now.
Okay.
1917 actually. Would have to
Oh,
be one of my
word.
favorite movies. Yeah.
I still haven't
Ooh,
seen that.
I'm
Really?
deep and I
Neither.
like war movies.
I love war
Yeah,
movies.
surprisingly I do.
I know you do.
I watch probably too many war movies.
Yeah.
It's probably too good. Not
You
good,
did
but-
end up watching Paths of Glory, didn't you? The
Yes.
Stanley Kubrick one.
That was a
Have
good
you
movie
seen
too.
Paths of Glory?
No.
You just talked about it not too long ago, but no, I haven't seen it.
It's a Stanley
Old
Kubrick
movie.
movie. Who I don't know if you know this. I don't know if you know who that is. Do you know who Stanley Kubrick is?
Seen
Yeah, that
Space
sounds
Odyssey?
familiar.
He's the guy that
Yeah.
directed like The Shining, 2001:
yeah,
Space
yeah, I've seen The
Odyssey,
Shining and
Clockwork
stuff.
Orange,
Yeah, yeah.
So it's one of his really early movies. It's from like 1958.
Holy shit.
Black and white.
Yeah.
But it's like sort of. I wouldn't say it's like a predecessor to Saving Private Ryan, but it's like the first half is like gritty war movie,
Yeah.
and then the rest of the movie is like war politics.
Oh,
So it's
okay.
basically like this dude goes to war and he lets a bunch of people die as like cannon fodder, basically.
Yep.
And then the rest of the movie is like the guys that were a part of that cannon fodder group being tried for desertion because they left because they sort of realized what was happening.
Yeah.
And so it's really, really cool because it's like 30 minutes of like actual war movie and then like just super, super deep
Like political
stuff.
Yeah,
but it's
hell
so
yeah.
well done. Like I really would recommend it.
Yeah,
I have
fuck
to
yeah,
watch
bro.
Yeah, definitely
sure.
do. It's like very quickly become a top 5 favorite of mine.
No kidding.
You did say that, yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting. So did you watch it once and go, yep,
Yep.
5?
Literally.
Yeah,
I watched it.
interesting.
I wrote a review of it. I was like, this is a fantastic movie.
Yep.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, it's really good.
I have to watch it.
The only thing that kind of gives away its age, it honestly, like visually, if you turn the sound off, it looks like it was an artistic choice to be black and white. Like it literally could have been filmed today.
Yeah, word.
The only thing that gives it away is like the audio in some bits, and I know that me and
Okay.
Joe talked about that a
Yeah.
bit. But it's a really good movie.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
they recorded. There's one bit where it's in a massive, like, warehouse like this.
Yeah.
And they were just
It's
like,
like
stick
a
a mic on
hall.
the other end of the room and hope we can hear them, sort of thing.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Word.
It was, yeah,
So it's just like mad echoey.
Yeah.
yeah,
So
hell
chuck the
yeah.
subtitles on when you watch it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
No, but it's a
Classic.
good movie.
I watch
Yeah.
movies with subtitles on anyway.
Yeah,
you know,
me too. I
like-
can't process what they're saying.
You
otherwise.
got like the script and the movie in one.
Yeah.
Bang.
Mm.
People who don't watch movies with subtitles
Sus.
are wrong.
I don't mind it. I always end up just reading.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
watch. I like watching.
Right.
I'll watch it twice, 3 times if I have to, like
Yeah.
depending on the movie. But like, yeah, even TV shows and shit. Like I just end up reading the fucking
Right.
subtitles.
So I always
Noise
feel like I
and shit.
flick back and forth.
Yeah, I'm just like ADD. I can focus on like fucking like 10 things
Yeah.
at once. So that's like nothing for me.
Yeah.
If there's words, I'm reading the words.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's it. I'm not even like listening and processing. I'm like literally like reading them.
Yeah,
It's just
right.
like, nah, I can't
definitely-
concentrate.
I'm definitely more like Blake. Like
Yeah.
I'm just
Oh.
like I'm
Just
focused on all of it at
easy.
High
once.
five, bro.
Nah, I'd be more like you, Declan.
It's
though.
just high five on top of me. I feel so disrespected right
You
now.
should be. You should feel disrespected.
Wow.
I
Joe, you want
do.
a high
I was thinking.
Oh, intercepted. Intercepted.
Oh, no.
I'm never coming back here.
I was thinking before, right as we started the show.
Yeah.
You guys are like if Joe and I swapped halves. Like.
What?
I fe- that
Wait,
doesn't
so,
make
please
sense.
so you're saying that Joe
I'm saying
is
that
like Deck.
I'm saying that I feel like Deck and I have a very similar like disposition.
Yeah.
But I have your vibe,
Yeah, okay.
and then the opposite way around for Joe.
Alright.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I
okay.
get
You get what I'm saying?
So basically me and Joe are like identical twins is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
You've
with-
got some of his.
We're
But I'm more
vibing
like-
right now. Yeah,
Yeah.
we got the same creative juices.
yes,
Yeah.
that's what I'm getting at. Yeah.
That was a weird way of putting it.
No, it makes sense.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Does that
I
make
get
sense?
Yeah,
Okay,
that makes
cool.
sense.
I'm not insane.
No, it does.
You don't remember that when you have guests on, they don't always know how you process like I do.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. Yeah, but he's listened to me for like 100
Yeah, that's true.
I'm getting there.
103
I'm getting
hours.
There
or
you
something
go.
stupid.
There you go.
It's like that's 16 days of content. Do you know that?
Oh, I didn't know it was 16 days.
It's
But I
16
knew it
days.
was a
It's
while.
16 days. I looked yesterday. It's 16 days and 3 hours.
Really?
Yeah,
Damn.
of just straight content.
I love that.
I like them.
It's not bad.
I have
Alright.
listened.
Content.
The
Um,
Shining is the only one I've listened to twice,
Alright.
though. I'll say that
Okay,
much.
well,
Okay.
we'll do. I reckon we will do it again. We'll do a modern take on it.
I like it.
Mm.
We've got probably like 12 minutes left, give or take. And we have like 2 questions that we usually finish the show with.
Yeah.
Do you want to ask one of them and I'll ask the other
Sure.
one?
I can only think of one, so I'll ask that one.
All right. Fair enough.
Is there anything in the show that you wish you could have said, or a story you wish you could have told, or a question you wish we could have asked that we haven't? Is there anything that hasn't come up that you would like to talk about?
Not really. Not for me.
I'm thinking just like maybe just like talk about projects between
Go
you
for
guys and like what we're doing too, you know,
Yeah,
stuff
go
like
for
that, I guess.
What are you doing?
Oh, excellent question. I'm so glad you asked. Well, I mean, it's gonna be a pretty big year for us at Personal Strange Studios. We figured we got a fair few projects we're undertaking on like creatively just ourselves, just between me and Deck. Like we've just been conceiving, like we spent like a lot of last year just like while the studio was setting up. Like we've got photos of like Deck's old home studio versus like the studio now, and it's just insane. But like the whole time we've just been scheming different projects. So
planning?
With the first project we're thinking about coming out of Personal Strangers Studios this year is like a 6-track EP called Grey Days that I wrote last year. It's like some indie acoustic sort of vibes. So that's a collaborative project with one of my mates from the Whitsundays where I'm from. His name's Jake Mason. Shouts out to Jake. And he's singing, I'm playing guitar. I wrote these songs and I'm processing them through my old tape machine, so they're super lo-fi. And then I'm chucking that shit on Spotify. So that's very excited about that. It's gonna be great. Just trying to get into like connect with like my local area and show them what I'm doing from Brisbane, because I really love the music scene there as well. They always have music festivals every year. It's a really well developed music area. What other projects do we have this year, Decky?
We've got a new thing coming out of the studio. We're calling them Stranger Sessions.
Yeah.
And we're starting with us, but we're gonna get an artist in. We're gonna flip a old school vinyl that I've collected from my nan. Shouts out Nan.
Shouts out.
And we flip a vinyl, make a beat, get him to rap on it, mix
sick.
it, and then we just have like a SoundCloud track at the end of the night.
You know what okay. I'm going to give you a free idea here.
Oh, I love
Let's hear it.
And I would really love for you to take it.
Yep.
Have you seen Kenny Beats do
Yes, Kenny Beats the
that's
studio,
the basis
baby.
of it, pretty much.
Okay, so are you going to film it?
Yeah.
And you're going to
100%.
edit it and put it up?
Yeah.
We've got
Good lads.
We've
Have you
literally got like
seen-
plants and everything like his studio does. I stole a bamboo tree from Logan IKEA.
allegedly.
Allegedly. It was just like sitting at like the door, like right on the way out. I just like Declan looks like, grab that. He
cannot
told me. He
blame
was
me.
advocating. He told me to steal.
Okay,
it.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Well, okay. Do we want to go into depth about this?
No.
Okay, all right. I'll tell you
Probably
after.
not.
Anyway,
Nothing incriminating.
allegedly he borrowed the plan. We're gonna give it back.
Yeah, we'll give it back.
But yeah, so the Kenny Beat stuff definitely a major
sick.
influence.
Yeah.
Dope.
We're gonna film it. There's an edit on our Instagram. I don't know if you've seen it, but like
did.
that's kind of like
Yeah,
the style
cool.
of what it'll
Cool,
kinda
cool,
look
cool.
like.
Yeah. That was the most recent one, that like 1 minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's our editor, Sam. Shouts out Sam.
Shout out
That's our
Sam.
Sammy boy.
Yeah, he does all our filming and
Dope.
editing and stuff.
Sick.
But yeah, so that's kind of the style
Alright.
that we're gonna do.
All right.
Yeah, it's gonna be super fun. Well, I'm hoping we get some some of the No One Network rappers through with that one. We got some we obviously want our boy Vez and J Rest, some of the other local Logan, Brisbane
Yeah.
Get some of these
collaborators.
boys in as well. For
Oh,
sure.
hell yeah.
For sure. I'll
Hell
hook you
yeah,
up with
just
some
hook us
people.
up.
I'll
Let's
expand
go.
your network a bit.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Because I've somehow found myself in the Brisbane reps.
It's where you're meant to
That's
be.
where you're meant to be.
It's-
Yeah.
Get you on there. Get you in the
Yeah,
studio.
sure. I
Let's
got some
go.
beats for you,
Come
homie.
on.
Let's go.
I have a question.
He can
Okay.
get you right.
How's that track coming along?
We've got
What track is this?
They're making
It's not no good, but
space.
okay.
What is it? It's a hip
Oh,
hop
that track.
space track.
So that track sucks.
Can I listen to it?
Yeah, I've probably
Do you
got it
have, like,
somewhere.
a
We've
demo
got
I can
a bunch of
listen to
demos. We haven't worked on our music in probably 3 months, 4 months.
Yeah.
But I still have all the demos on my phone, so I'll play you some. I'll play you some after.
Oh yeah.
After we
Oh,
finish.
sweet as.
They're
I was
not
wondering.
good,
I was
but
just
it's-
wondering.
Some of them are good. Thank you very much. I
The
like
rapping is good. The production's not good.
What do you use to produce? Logic.
I was just using Logic. Yeah.
All right, last question before we finish up. I can feel the judgment for him.
Fruity Loops.
Yeah, Fruity Loops.
I'm on.
never got
Even
into
though
Fruity Loops.
I'm Logic.
Yeah, you're Logic.
Yeah.
FL Gang all the way, baby. FL Gang.
I use Premiere Pro.
To make
I thought
music?
you did. You change to DaVinci?
I did. And then I
DaVinci
changed
is
back.
rad. I dig DaVinci
we
low
went
key.
So I used DaVinci for a while. I
Yeah.
switched back to to Premiere.
Yeah.
Just because I can move through Premiere way faster.
Just
You
because you've
didn't
been
wanna,
using
like,
it for longer
relearn
and
it?
stuff.
Yeah.
Well, no, I can use Resolve, but
Yeah.
the thing is that because I still use Photoshop and I still use Illustrator.
Yeah.
Those are all the shortcuts that I know really well.
It's
Yeah.
just
So
the
it's like-
interface and stuff. Is
Yeah, so it's like
intuitive.
if I go to Resolve, then the shortcuts are different. So it's like I have to flick a different switch in my brain
Yeah,
to
I
use
getcha.
those. So I
Alright.
can I can get my daily movies done in 45 minutes to an hour and a half in Premiere, but it
That's
would take
crazy.
me probably like 2 or 3 hours on Resolve.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. That's fair enough.
so-
Workflow.
Yeah,
That'd
yeah,
be like me and
exactly.
Logic now too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But last question.
Yep.
Do you have anything you'd like to say or any advice that you have for up and coming producers or kids that are thinking about getting into, audio engineering, production, anything like that?
I'll
It can
start,
be
I'll
it
start,
can be
bro.
advice, it can be an anecdote, whatever you want.
Which camera do I?
Whichever one you want. Maybe that one
Yeah,
is
right.
Be more
serious.
personal, yeah.
Shoot your motherfucking shot. Just go for it. Don't trip about whether it's gonna suck or whether you think it's gonna be bad or what people are gonna think. Just fucking go for it. Figure that shit out later, and just work your fucking ass off.
Yep.
That is all I can say. Just work like a motherfucker, but have time for family and shit like that.
Yes.
Don't forget about your personal life. I've had a bad habit of doing that.
Beautiful.
But
Well
yeah.
done.
Blakey.
That was stunning.
Yeah, I'm just gonna add on top of Dex. Like, it doesn't matter where you are; it's a matter of where you're going. That's like the mindset you gotta have. So like, you gotta start somewhere, and sometimes starting somewhere means making beats in your basement and working on it for years until you like finesse it. But it's not a matter of how long it takes; it's a matter of what you achieve through that sort of stuff. You know, you just gotta keep doing, keep working. Just like Dex says, it's that grind mode.
Hustle grind set, baby.
Grind set.
Actually grind.
Except actually do it.
Grind.
Except actually do it.
Grind.
Actually grind.
Actually grind.
Yeah.
Nice.
You'll thank me later.
Yeah,
Hell
that is
yeah.
really good advice. Really good
is
advice.
good advice.
Do you have anything that you want to add or say before we finish up? Plug your socials as well.
Yeah,
Yes.
personal strangers, I believe it is.
Yeah.
You can just search personal strangers on Instagram. I checked.
It does
before.
pop up.
Yeah.
Yeah, check us out. Studio website. I think it's in the bio. Yeah, any recording needs, mixing, mastering, beat production.
Yeah.
Look us up. Yeah, I don't really need to plug my personal, my one.
Yeah.
You don't plug yours.
My personal Instagram account is Blay BLAY_Cardi CARDI. It's kind of corny, but
That's
whatever.
sick. No, I
And my
love it.
name on Tinder is Blake Hardy Young, just in case you wanted to know. That's all I have
Blake
to say.
looking for love.
That's it.
So
32.
That's
cool.
it.
Nah, sick. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show, boys. It was
love
a really
being
good time.
here.
It's been a
We
pleasure, boys.
expect you guys to be at the live show in 2 weeks.
100%.
Absolutely. I'm there DJing.
And
Is it
on
possibly
Facebook
performing,
or
yeah.
Huh?
Is it on Facebook? Where's the
Yes, it's on
event at?
Facebook.
Yeah,
I'll
Joel
send it
will
to
send you a
you.
link.
Yeah, I couldn't find it the other day. I was
But
trying to-
it's here, so you know where that is now.
Yeah, sweet.
Hell yeah.
We'll get it all rigged out and it'll be sick. We actually haven't mentioned the event on the show yet.
Yo, plug that shit one time.
Well, that's
plug
what
that
last
shit
week
into
we
the
were like-
camera.
Yeah, live show March 11th. Doors open at 6 p.m. 11 Bimble Street, Albion. 11 Bimble Place.
Be there or be
Ian.
square.
Bimble Place or Bimble Street?
Bimble
11
Street.
Bimble Street, Albion.
Thanks, Ian.
Come be there if you're in Brisbane. If you're not in Brisbane, fly in. If you can't fly in, watch online.
Walk.
Catch an
Online?
Uber.
What are we doing online? It's the first time
It'll
I hear
still
about
be out on Monday.
Oh.
I mean, it'll just be out as a regular
okay.
episode. Let me do my thing.
it. Sorry, I'm stressed.
No, that's it.
Big
Well,
event.
it'll be sick to have you there.
Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah.
We're going to figure out a way to incorporate all past guests in the episode in some way.
Yeah.
So you boys will probably have a speaking role at some point in that episode.
Keen for it.
Awesome.
And a music
Well,
role, I
thank you so much for popping in.
Thanks for
and being
having
on the
us.
show. We'll definitely see you again soon.
Will do.
Okay, so here we go.
favorite
You're
part,
so
man.
excited for
I don't
this.
know what this is. You guys were talking about it before the show started. I'm like, what the fuck is the outro? What are we doing?
So we have. I'm talking to you now because I know he knows.
Yeah, okay.
We have a tradition on the show where at the end of the show, so at the end of the regular show, Joe and I say bye, 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 and then we press the button, and that's the end of the episode.
Yep.
When we have guests on the show, we get them to press the button. Because there's 4 of you, what we're going to do is we're going to go bye, bye. Whoever is pressing, which of you is going to press the button?
Dex
I'll press the
closest.
button 'cause
Okay,
I'm the
so
biggest fan.
so we'll go bye, 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 and then you get to press the button.
Which button?
This button,
Pink.
pink,
Okay, all
right
Pink
there.
button.
All right. Yeah.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ready.
Okay.
Ready?
Get ready.
Ready.
I'm gonna do the outro, and then you get to press the button.
Fuck yeah.
All right.
Well, after buys.
After the buys.
After the
Don't do it
buys.
early. Don't rush it.
Oh,
Don't rush it.
I've been practicing.
He's been practicing.
Is it? Yeah, in the
He knows
mirror
his
and
stuff.
everything, bro.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much for watching or listening to this episode of The Froe Show. We'll see you next week, and that is our last episode before the live show, which is
Keen.
crazy.
Yeah.
If you're
Episode
around,
100.
please come. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're around, please come. Otherwise, you'll see it at the regular time on Monday. Have a great week, and we will see you next week. Bye.
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 Nailed it.
I'm so happy.
Yeah, that'll happen.
It's a bit like that.